If you are a rising senior, here's why you should be working on your resume now. So first of all, a resume is going to be essentially a list of your accomplishments. You can use this for college applications and also scholarship applications. It's also helpful for the people that are writing your letter of recommendation for those college and scholarship applications. So if you've never written a resume before, just know that there are some templates online. Also, you don't necessarily need to start with the full out resume right now. Don't worry about formatting, but I would do a brain dump. You want to include stuff on your resume from freshman, sophomore, and junior year. I would not recommend including stuff from 8th grade year. Now, as far as what to put on your resume, let's start with the different categories. So first, think about your academic accomplishments. This could be things like honor roll, maybe AP Scholar, stuff like that. Think about your extracurriculars. So are you involved in any clubs? Are you a president of that club or a secretary, treasurer? This could include sports. It can be in school and out of school. So if you do travel sports or something like that, or if you do some kind of other extracurricular that is a big investment of your time, but it's outside of school, you can definitely include that as well for extracurriculars. You also want to consider your awards and your honors. So this could be academically based, or it can be something from your extracurriculars as well. Then you want to consider any volunteer experience that you might have had, and also work experience. And this could include a formal job or kind of informal stuff. Like if you do babysitting, that counts too. So once you've done your brain dump, then try to organize things. You want to put the most impressive stuff toward the top. So the stuff that you've been doing the longest, or the stuff that is the most current. Also, don't forget to check with your parents or grown-ups, because they might remember some of your accomplishments that you might accidentally leave out. Also, as a side note, it does depend on what your goals are, but if you notice that your resume is looking a little thin, you could use this summer to basically add to that resume, maybe by getting a job or tutoring or babysitting, things like that. Or if you notice that there's a category missing, so to speak, especially if you're applying for very competitive schools. Like if you're applying for really, really top schools and you don't have a whole lot of volunteer experience, there's still time to get some, things like that. So having a resume can be really helpful if you are applying to college in the fall, because you could use your resume to help you complete the activities section if you're doing the Common App. Also, you can use the resume for scholarship applications, and if you ask people for a letter of recommendation, it's pretty customary to provide them with a resume, especially if it's one of your teachers. It helps us out so much if you give us the resume in advance. That way we can use the resume to help us basically add extra stuff to the letter. So we try to include what we know about you and our classroom experience, but it does help if we're able to reference specific accomplishments that you've had, and it's easier if it's on a resume. At least in my experience, that's what it is. It's a lot easier that way.